Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me this morning. Today, I'm going to talk about the Oscar nominations which came out this morning. The Oscars is something that I follow, and although I know it doesn't always measure, the quality of films, I still think they do a decent job overall most years with nominations. And from what I can tell, this year seems to be pretty solid. I'm really happy about a few films in particular that got a lot of nominations. So I'll run down the Best Picture category and then I'll talk about a few other things that stand out in my mind. So for Best Picture, we actually have 9 nominees this year, which is more than it's been. I think it was 8 last year. So we have Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. Especially happy to see La La Land and Moonlight in there. Those were probably my two favorite movies out of all the movies I've seen this year, although I admittedly have not seen all the Best Picture nominees. Happy to see Fences get in there as well. I wasn't sure if it would or not, but I really liked that film a lot. It really stayed with me. But it looks like La La Land is going to be a pretty heavy favorite based on the number of nominations it got, which I think is like 14. And Moonlight is right up there as well, which I'm really happy to see. As far as there being 9 movies, that's interesting, but personally, I wish they would either just go back to 5 or just expand it to 10. Why have this 8, 9 fluctuation every year that we seem to be having? As far as the acting categories go, I'm particularly happy to see Denzel Washington and Viola Davis. Even though Viola Davis is supporting actress, in my opinion, I don't get it. I still feel like she was a lead actress, but in Fences. But everybody has their own opinion on that. Also glad to see nominations for Naomi Harris and Mahershala Ali from Moonlight. I thought they were excellent in that film. And also glad for Emma Stone and Michelle Williams, two actresses I like quite a bit. In some of the technical categories, glad to see Rogue One get a couple nominations. I thought it probably would. I really liked Rogue One a lot. I know there were some mixed feelings on it. I think I personally enjoyed it more than Force Awakens, but I know that's not necessarily the popular opinion. So its nominations for sound mixing and visual effects were deserved, in my opinion. Actually, the visual effects category is very interesting. We have Deepwater Horizon, The Jungle Book, Doctor Strange, Kubo and the Two Strings, and Rogue One. What's interesting about it is that none of these are Best Picture nominees. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm really not sure what's going to win right now. Jungle Book's probably a slight favorite, I think, but who knows? Maybe they'll give it to Rogue One to make up for Force Awakens not winning last year. Although I personally thought Ex Machina was deserving, but that's kind of interesting. Uh, uh, another category I always find interesting is Best Makeup and Hairstyling because the nominees are always interesting. This year we have A Man Called Uva, Star Trek Beyond, and Suicide Squad. Yes, Suicide Squad is an Oscar nominated film. I actually didn't see the film. I don't mind superhero films, but they're not like my big thing. And after some of the things I heard about this movie, I just didn't see it. But the makeup looked like it was pretty good. So you can let me know in the comments if you want what you thought about that. But this is just always an interesting category. And once again, I have no idea which of these 3 films will win. As far as animated feature, it's interesting. Glad Kubo and the Two Strings is in there. I thought either My Life as a Zucchini um, or The Red Turtle would get in. I'm a little bit surprised to see both, but the nominees in this category are always interesting as well. And then, of course, Zootopia, is a pretty heavy favorite, I would say, there to win anyway. Also glad to see a nomination for Silence in the cinematography category. I actually just saw Silence recently. Although I thought there were some flaws in the film and it was overlong, I did think overall it was a film that had some impact. And I really respect what Martin Scorsese tried to do with that film. And it was a beautiful looking film, so I think its nomination for cinematography was well deserved. I'd also like to talk for a minute about the new presentation of the awards. They kind of did something different this year with past nominees and winners talking and, giving out the nominees just in a new way. I have mixed feelings about it. Although I like them trying to do something different and I thought parts of it worked, it did take a little bit of the excitement out of it. I think I probably prefer to see, 2 people go up there and just read off the nominees in the more traditional way. But it'll be interesting to see how people respond to it and to see if they do this presentation, style again. Um, or not. So those are pretty much my thoughts on the Oscar nominees. You can tell me if you'd like what movies you've seen and haven't seen. I still have a few of the best pictures to go see, and I will be trying to see all the films before the Oscars. I will also be doing a prediction video on this channel as we get closer to the show. So that's just about it, and as always, thank you guys very much for watching.